Today I'm going to try to help you by talking about what I'm practicing, how I'm doing it, and small tips and tricks to get over barriers and hurdles. So, hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo Karjalainen. It's good to have you along. Today it will be a video on what I'm practicing. And let's just start at the beginning, because I've gone from 15 minutes a day, every day, to half an hour to 1 hour per day. I don't have to do 1 hour. It can be half an hour. It can even be 15 minutes. But the idea is that I do play basically every day. I think I've missed 5 days this year. That's the first bit. The first really valuable lesson. If you're having trouble practicing on a regular basis, start with short sessions, but do it every day. It will kind of start feeding itself in a way. I noticed that, 15 minutes, I can do more. I can do half an hour. Now I'm doing an hour. And it's great. It's fun. It's the best. It's the best time of my day. Yeah, so that's number one. Now, what do I actually start with? I start with this. I don't care if I play it too cleanly or not. It's just to start my hand going. Then I play other stuff that I know. It varies, but it's usually quite fast. At this point, I'm not trying to do anything special. I'm just trying to get my hands going. And by the way, I do this after breakfast in the morning. So that way I have it done. And it kind of helps me at least to do it instantly in the morning. So I do stuff like that to warm up. And then I play a song. I play a couple of different things by Yngwie. One is Baroque and Roll. And the other is Blitzkrieg by the same person, Yngwie Malmsteen. And the thing I do with Blitzkrieg, it has this bit. And after that he plays something like... I'm not sure. I don't really care actually, because the point is not to play the song. It's to get my technique. And what I also do is this. This lick. The Paul Gilbert lick, if you will. Because I have trouble with that. I don't know why, but I do. So I play it in different positions. Later on, after I've played the song, I play the song until the solo, and then I just descend into anarchy. And then usually I grab a metronome. Because the next thing that I do... Oh, by the way, I have a much more thorough version of this over on Patreon with tab. Now, I will have tab on screen for you for some stuff, to get you going. But if you want to check out my Patreon, there's a link in the description to that. You get access to my music lessons and a bunch of exclusives, like a longer version of this with way more stuff. But now, the next one is an important one. And it's not the actual the thing that I do, which is this. And so on, which is groups of 5. It's a quintuplet thing that I find really easy to do, but there's one bit of it that's really difficult for me somehow. And that's because of the fingering. And this is a really valuable lesson. Valuable lesson number 2, I guess. Which is, if you're having trouble with something, don't play the whole thing. Just play the bit that you're having trouble with. So what I did was, because this can just be boring, just doing that, I made an exercise out of it, which is this. and so on. Now the idea behind that is it isolates the problem. And I have some problems with this exercise because by the nature of it, when you get to, let's say I'm going in this direction, then you get, so you go from, and I have trouble with that, so I just do this. Again, isolating the problem. So after I've done half an hour of different picking things, it's all picking, at the moment at least, I go to sweeping because I do know the basic Ingve stuff, but I'm not great at sweeping, and I thought, hey, that's something I could get better at, really. And I have a DVD by Per Nilsson from Scar Symmetry called Scar Guitar, which has a long section on sweeping. So I just looked at that, and he had this thing. That was one, and then he had... and so on. I do this with a metronome. But the thing is, first of all, I just did that. Those were the two things in the booklets for the DVD. I didn't actually watch the DVD. But then I took it further and I made... I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, why not be able to do it all across the neck? So I figured out that it would be... And it's not really terribly clean necessarily as of yet, but that's really why I'm practicing it, to get it cleaner. And that's the kind of the thing, that's what I'm doing right now. But the key takeaways here were not the actual licks. The key takeaways here were do it consistently, short periods into a longer period, 15 minutes to 60 minutes. Targeting, isolating the problem, that's number 2. And number 3, if you just have something that's really just one position, why not do it in every position? Do it in every key. That's the whole idea with music. You want to be able to play it in all sorts of keys. Us guitar players are often focused on A and E because they're open string. And maybe the last takeaway is that I monitor my progress. I do it with a metronome. Not exclusively, because I don't want to get too tied down and too machine-like with my rhythm. But I like to measure my progress. So I see, oh, today I've gone from 100 beats per minute to 108. And that gives me added motivation. So if you want to check out more actual licks that I'm practicing, actual things that I'm practicing, that video will be on Patreon. You get downloadable tab on Patreon as well. That is in the description. If you have a practice amp that you're dissatisfied with, here is a video with the top 10 practice amps in the world. Above all, I hope you had some use of this video and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. I'll get practicing. See you. Bye.